Okay, as we move on, we are going to talk about the experimenter script. If you're doing a pre-test, post-test, you are doing an experiment, so you have to walk your participants through the study. You may, if you're asking them, if you're meeting them face to face to do, for example, the mindfulness-based stress reduction, you will talk to them first about what's going to happen, what's expected, and you'll guide them through the consent process. So you'll read the consent form with them or hand it out to them. How are you going to do this? And so that they will understand what exactly is going to happen in the process and not have any any questions they may have or whatever's going on. But you have to write a script that you are going to, how are you going to talk them through that? If you're doing the consent form and the pre-test, post-test on Qualtrics, you would not need to have the experimenter script because it's already in your survey. Copies of questionnaires and interviews. If you have specific scales, you're going to want to put the scales here, and you want to cite them also. If you're doing if you're having all your scales on the Qualtrics website, you can put a link to them here, but you need to still state which, you need to still put the actual surveys, copy the surveys in this box, and cite them. If you were to deceive one of your participants, like if you did have a control group, you would have to have a debrief script here, which lets them know that they were in a placebo group and thank them for their participation, invite them to have a future group if you're going to do that. If you're using measures that you have found in on the public domain that are private, you have to get permission from the users, from the creators of the measures. Then you can put the permission here. We had to get permission to collect data from the school, so we got permission from the Academic Affairs Office. So we have our emails pasted here that we were allowed to go through and survey the students. So all the emails back and forth, if you did it at the school, they were put into this box right here. And that is the end of the IRB process. We will go through it step by step. Do your best and I will give you feedback. The first feedback on the IRB will be with your peers. And then after the peers review it, I will review, after the peers have reviewed and you have fixed what the peers told you to fix, I will review it, give it back to you with feedback on what you need to fix. You'll then submit it a third time. I will look at it again and I will say if it's good to go. I will tell you this is good to go. Please send me the cover page. And you may submit after I have signed the cover page. I will tell you, go ahead and submit. And you need to submit it to the IRB and CC me on the email. And we will talk about that again too. You must CC me on the email when you submit to the IRB.